Okay, accurate modeling inside a brain is a sensible attribute for organisms to develop. The idea of some eternal intelligence that poofed or thought life was a good idea, I'm going to create Frankenstein kind of a thing. It had a vision and said, I'm going to create a universe so this can happen in billions of years of evolution where most organisms just ripping each other to pieces. Yeah, that's a harder explanation, because then you have to explain where you can explain how intelligence came from virtually nothing in the human organism. You can't explain how intelligence existed before the evolution of our intelligence.
Barry, I have a question.
Go ahead. I was going to do some comments.
Okay, this is another thing, but you could go back to what you're currently talking about too, or skip. But I was curious. So with Matt Fails, do you ever watch any of his videos? I don't watch many, like I'd said a couple. Times sort of often these costume things.
Well,
no,
I was
by some of the videos of mine, you don't understand which were to him. But
video.
did you
and
see
then I
his
saw that you did
thing?
Matt
What do
Fails
you think
videos, and
is
yeah, I didn't count them as your new approach thing.
Were you
I'm just
talking
saying
about him?
that
You
those
said
videos too
decomposing.
well, not weird. So I'm just saying that you've made weird videos lately. That's all I'm saying.
Well, in response to
that's a big statement. It's been all over the place, and it's just been not consistently with the old pyro. That's all. It's just been different. This room crashing or what? Will you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Damn it.
So the thing is, well, it just occurred to me with him, you know, he went to this point where he's just always in costume, and also it's sort of a kind of pretty negative persona he's decided to adopt. And so I figured I'd talk to him on his own wavelength, and he made a video where he wasn't in costume and sort of defended this and acted pretty much sane, but you could also see he was stressed out by it, and he was talking about his roommates, not his decisions to be these personas so much, you know, I guess, or something like this, which is interesting considering we know one of his roommates, which is...
He lives in San Francisco. The whole city's really supportive of anything he does.
Well, look, yeah. Well, look, you know, living with people is always difficult. You know that. So I mean, you know, you got 4 guys paying for the rent and doing this. You know, they're going to get on each other's nerves. So I can understand how, you know, I don't know if I would want to be, you know, sub-renting with Math Fails, because yeah, he's kind of an unreliable Looney Tune. You know, and then he's doing this writing on the wall shit, and you know, whatever, you know, who knows what kind of crap maybe is going on there because of his art.
Drugs.
Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're all on drugs, so that's irrelevant. But the point is look, I think what Math Fails is doing really interesting, but obviously he's trying to take a shortcut. He's taking the shortcut actor's road. Okay, he wants to win the shortcut actor's lottery. He somehow thinks he's, you know, I wish him luck, but I don't think you're going to get a role in a movie doing a YouTube video. I don't think, but maybe, who knows? Might happen. He might be the guy who makes it happen. But I don't know exactly what he wants us all to do. I mean, just all to do. I mean, way overselling this shit, and I'm tired of it already. All right, I've seen the Joker thing. Yeah, I get it, but he's not. You know, he's just doing Joker over and over and over.
This has to be, the only justification for it is like that he's decomposing and doing this and the drugs and everything, because it's not an audition. You can't talk. He talks about all kinds of sexual things and stuff that are way over the top they don't want to see in the movie. They want to see that vibe still come across. You know what I mean? It's not an audition what he's doing. You don't never show that you're a competent actor or that you can do other things. And you make one audition tape that people can look at parenthetically, not the whole life. You know, they don't want somebody that thinks they're the Joker, no matter how convincing they are. They need a professional. So, is he really auditioning for something? Is that what he really thinks? That's what makes me concerned for him, because you know, it's like you can well, I hate to agree with you, but you know, you can go off the deep end in what you might call a phantasmagorical thing, and just be, you know, it's crazy once your expectations are unrealistic to that degree.
Well, like I said, it's a lottery game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's a long shot, and he's putting his whole self into it. So I can sort of see that, the logic of that. I mean, there's things that are just to say, okay, it's a 1 in a million shot, but I'm going to take my shot. And so I say, okay, you know, do it. But I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not embracing it any further than what I've done. I mean, I'm not selling tickets for him. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I mean, it's almost like he wants somehow, you know, he's done this line a few times. You help me, help you. You know, like somehow if we make him famous, he'll make all of us rich or some guy. You know, he's like bargaining for something, and it's like, you know, whatever you want. I mean, all I can do is say, yeah, okay, Matt Fails, you're an interesting guy. You do have some talent. I hope it works out for you, but it's a shitty world, and it's hard to prove yourself, and you know, you're not going to do it the shoe leather way. And in the acting profession, unfortunately, I think you got to do that a little bit. You're going to have some theater experience. You're going to have to do something to gain some credibility, and I don't think you're going to be able to do it through YouTube. But who am I to say? Who am I to make a judgment? Because it's a new world we live in, and maybe this will work. But I don't even know what he wants from. What does he want me to do? Does he want me to promote Math Fails, the actor? I mean, what? You know, I'm not going to play that game. That's not my business.
The channel is also pretty shitty to watch. I mean, even if you promote it, if anybody goes there and all they see are 20 videos of the Joker doing the same thing like over and over again, nobody's going to want to see that. And so he despises the world and the structure that he lives in, yet he wants it to love him. And I don't think it works that way.
And if he gave more range to it, you know what I mean? If he does the Joker a little different, you know, he puts different color crayon on, but he doesn't really do it different, you know what I mean? I mean, if he really showed, like, look, I can do these 10 interpretations of the Joker, you know, and make them distinct, you know, then it might be more a good audition tape, you know? And like he'd have to take out, you know, you don't need to do the psychotic, but do it in the context of I'm being an actor, and he's not even doing that. He's not even demonstrating this as being art. He's just doing it, and you don't know whether it's art or psychosis. But I'm sure it's not him at his nature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not living the Joker. He's living the role. I mean, he loves role playing.
He kind of strikes.
Doing it, if you assume it's not. I mean, there's always some element of insanity. So that doesn't matter. He's doing it, if it's as a performer, he's doing it in this Andy Kaufman-esque way where you live the character to some degree, but it's not you, you know. I mean, Andy Kaufman wasn't the sexist prick that victim, whatever. But anyway, so that's not a way to get a role, because it's not living as an actor per se. He could get an acting role that way, certainly not that specific one. But, yeah. Well, I think he needs to recompose himself a little, as my...
Yeah, well, this is like anything else, though. You know, who are we to preach? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I just don't feel it's my role to sit there and preach to him that I think you should do this or I think you should do that, because obviously I don't have any credentials in that argument. Yeah, well, dude, you're interrupting, dude, and you probably should go fuck yourself in the nose. You should probably stick your dick in your fucking nose, you fucking moron.
Well, the thing is, he's asked for promotion and comments and call-outs, and he's active enough, and then he's asking for the feedback, and now that I've given him feedback, he appreciates that, evidently. He says, you know, in the comments. So that's why I have an opinion about him now that I'm expressing, because I basically had this reaction more or less right away. I haven't watched him that much ever since he stopped having videos where he wasn't putting on an act. I mean, I want those and a little bit of the other.
Well, he is pushing it just in the sense he has piled a lot on us in the last 6 months. I mean, he's done the whole transvestite thing, you know, and now it's this Joker thing, and this is a lot of personality